one thing that separates people who achieve their dreams and the people who just talk about them is not talent, it's not even luck, and it's not even motivation. It's discipline. And I mean real discipline, right? Real discipline is doing what you say you're going to do when you said you're going to do it. That's it. Like that's really what discipline is, right? When you think about discipline, it's basically setting up your life so that doing the right thing, or anything that you aspire to do, anything you aspire to be, it just makes it easier, and you don't have to force yourself to do any of this. For example, you don't have to force yourself to brush your teeth every single morning. You don't have to force yourself to take a shower, right? It just happens. It's part of your routine. And it probably takes little to no energy. And that's the type of energy that we want with everything else when it comes to our discipline. And for myself, when I realized this and this clicked for me, it made everything a lot easier. For example, when you think about when you finally understood how to ride a bike, it probably felt extremely freeing. It probably felt like a flow. And I want you all to be able to experience the exact same thing. For me, I used to drag myself all the time when it came to making videos, even like this, simple videos, probably little to no editing. However, I used to struggle with it, even though it was once every 1 or 2 weeks. And now that I've created a system and I figured out everything, how to make it super easy, it just becomes a part of my daily routine. I just finished teaching an hour and a half long class, and I was like, all right, cool, I'm just going to come up here and record my video. And it's crazy to think that I'm able to get these scripted, shot, edited, all of that, and posted all within the same day. And now I'm actually looking forward to creating videos like this to be able to provide you all with value. And then, posting them is not taking me 2 weeks. And I've been finding a lot of joy in that. And creating this system, making it easier, finding that flow, that's what discipline on easy mode is always going to look like. And I want to be able to help you get there. And we're going to talk about in the next video. But there's some things that we need to talk about today before we even get there, because the cool thing about discipline is you don't have to wait for months for it to feel different for you. For myself, I've only been doing these videos for about 29 days, so it can look like for yourself following through on something tiny, something small, right? Just for your brain to say, you know what, I can actually do this now. For example, ever since I got back from my trip from Europe, I told myself that I wanted to make sure that I'm going to hit 10,000 steps every single day, because it made me realize while I was over there, like, I have a very sedentary life. I've actually been sitting in this same seat for about the last 3 or 4 hours or so. So for myself, instead of forcing myself to go on a walk that was 10,000 steps every single day, I started to incorporate walking into some of the small things I was doing for myself. That was just simply going to the gym. So I was already going to the gym. So instead of scrolling through my phone through my sets or between my sets, I started walking around. Like I became one of those pacers that you probably see in the gym. And I probably started looking a little crazy, but it's all good, right? I eventually started doing this, and it added up over time. Probably looked crazy, but I hit my goals, right? And then as I got more comfortable with this, I started adding more to my days. And now sometimes, especially on the weekends, I'm hitting anywhere between 18,000 to about 20,000, 20K steps a day. And this is what discipline is going to do for you, right? It fixes the relationship that you probably have with yourself of like, oh, I can't get this done, it's too much. It feels impossible, right? It's going to make this feel a lot more possible for you, which is going to build up your confidence, and these goals that you may have that may seem difficult for you to achieve look very attainable for you. And another way to even think about it, it's a way for you to start gaining self-respect for yourself. When you say you're going to do something, you actually do it. And it's going to feel like compound interest for your self-respect, for your discipline, for your confidence. All of that is going to build up over time. But the thing about it is, what most people don't realize is that this is momentum, right? And this momentum is going to not just help you get more stuff done, it's going to change how you see yourself, right? Like I was just saying, the self-respect. And that's how discipline really starts to get interesting in our lives, because discipline isn't just always about getting things done or getting things done more efficiently or being more productive or whatever it is. It's about feeling good about yourself. It's about feeling good about life, like genuinely peaceful. And when you're disciplined, you're going to feel a lot less anxious, right? Because you're not carrying around this weight, this mental backpack of things that you feel as if that you should be doing, but you aren't. And typically, most people, myself included in the past, right, probably have had some obstacles or some barriers or some mental challenges saying, like, there's a reason why I can't do this, maybe making up excuses. And the biggest thing that kills people's discipline isn't going to be the lack of motivation, is not willpower, right? It's perfectionism. Thinking that if you miss one single day, well, I already messed up, then I should quit. But if we're being honest with each other, you should just keep going, right? Discipline builds on top of each other. It's momentum. It helps you build momentum. And as much as we strive to be perfect, it's very hard to be perfect at a lot of things. Like, that's the main goal for me for making these videos every single day, is to just get it done. One thing I've heard my mentor say before is, done is better than perfect, right? And as we look at things and we scroll on social media, we see things on Instagram, we see things on TikTok, even sometimes on YouTube. Things seem like a perfect journey for a lot of people. And if we really want to be disciplined, we have to realize we have to take those small steps every single day. And you just need to stick with it over time. Because with this, the secret, and when we say, like, when I say secret, I don't know, right? When I think about it, it's really just starting to embrace something small, right? When I say the secret, the hidden thing, the tip, because people are always asking, what's the secret to this? What's the secret to that? How do you stay so consistent? How do you stay disciplined? It's really just starting small, like so small, it's like almost embarrassing small, right? So small that your friends may even laugh at you. Like I was saying, for me to get started with my steps, it was just a matter of me walking around in the gym between my steps. I am pretty sure I looked like an absolute fool doing it, but what happened was I hit my goals, it got easy, and I increased my steps over time. And just from doing that alone, I've lost like another 5 pounds from doing it. So this is what discipline looks like, right? As you start to break it down, as you start to get comfortable, as you start to put it on easy mode, right? Because life gets rough, life gets messy, and trust me, it will for everyone. Everyone has their own challenges. And when it does, you want to find some sort of concrete, some sort of foundation for your discipline, because discipline is not about practice, right? It's about practice. It's not about perfection, right? Discipline is about practice, not being perfect. If you miss a day, it's cool, right? Jump straight back into it tomorrow. There are going to be so many moments where things come up, life happens, you're tired, you're stressed, and you probably just need to take a day off, and that's completely fine. Take care of yourself, right? But you want to stay consistent with it over time, because the people who are actually building discipline long term, right, they understand that they're not going to hit every single day, right? They understand that if you miss a week, it's fine. But as long as you are staying consistent with it, day in, day out, week after week, month after month, whatever the time frame or whatever the cadence is for you, it's okay. And when you build that discipline, and when you find that discipline and you create that discipline on easy mode, you're going to transform not only your life, not only your mind, not only your body, but even just your soul. And the transformation is going to be wild. So let's even just say, if you start today, right, after watching this video, 6 months from now, who do you think you could be? If you set a goal and you actually hit it, right? Not because you got lucky, which I should definitely check out this book about creating your luck, right? But not because you got lucky or super motivated, because motivation comes and goes. But you hit your goals because you're someone that follows through with everything that you say. You become the person that when you say you're going to do something, you actually do it. You build that self-respect for yourself, and you learn that you can actually count on yourself, right? And you're not going to war. It's not like a mental battle, right? Carrying this guilt that just because you missed a day or you missed a week or whatever it is, that you will never, be anything. It's okay, right? Start small, stupidly small. Keep showing up and watch how the discipline is not just going to change what you accomplish, but your discipline is going to change who you become. And with that being said, I don't think I have anything else I need to tell y'all other than always remember to eat, right? Execute, achieve, then teach. Because when you tell your story, I promise you there is someone out there who needs to hear it.